Arkitrofidulina tamarpatodanas. Nanut sila venanenne. Oi, buat nomor panen lagi. Sì, potremmo sì, fai così, ma... Are, perché dopo passiamo a inizio, ma come si sta, poi...
Started to scream because and when I came, he just came to me and he came to me. He just came to me. That
you don't know my name, Francis Gilton. Ναι, να και σηκώθετε. Όχι, πως το κύριο παράπονο που σε αυτό το ζήμον.
He just came to me and he told me that if anytime you feel something like this is happening and you meet these sick people, you literally, he said in Lebanese, تمسك صخرة تخبطها براسك. you break the rock on his head. That's what he said to me. And I just remember that was my sexual education to that point. And that was something, it was empowering, because since fucking 9 years old till I was 18 years old, I was seeing pedophiles nearly every day. And not seeing as in, they're just around everywhere, like security guards and people, some teachers in school, and they were everywhere. And the education, that this simple sentence I got, was, I think, the only thing that made me very strong in that terms, because I would, if I saw or I knew this energy was around me, I wouldn't even try to hide or run away. It was frightening, but I would literally face them.
So in this story, I'm dressed as a clown. Actually, first I'm naked. I'm stark naked. And I'm making an installation out of my house, rearranging the pots and the plants and hanging things from the ceiling and painting on the walls, taking the furniture out onto the balcony. The furniture's dribbling down the stairway into the courtyard, and I'm naked. And at some point, I hear somebody come in through the courtyard and ask me some questions. And somebody asked me to get dressed and if I was willing to come with them. And I said, sure. And so I put on my clown costume, which at the time was this gorgeous pink dress, like from the theater that I had gotten in the markets in Paris. That was this huge, round, fat skirt. And I had a fuzzy pink top. And a hat, a pink top hat with a long ribbon going back down. And I put on my nose, my clown nose, and I followed the person who had asked me to accompany them, which was a paramedic. And we took a ride in an ambulance. And all I remember of that ride was that they were very friendly. And they kept asking me questions, and I was answering yes all the time. And I also remember them asking me if I was allergic to any medicine, and I said yes. And that was my only answer. And they asked me, what's your name? And I'd say yes. And then when I got to the hospital door, I was greeted with brutality, utter brutality is the only word that comes to my mind. Insensitive, physical contact. And the next thing I know, attached to a stretcher and being escorted to a room where I'm asked to comply. And then I started to realize I was in trouble. So I stopped my little yes game and started to answer questions, and that's when I was medicated. And I felt the medicine. I got a needle, some kind of, I don't know what they gave me. And I felt the medicine, like the moment it came in contact with my body, I felt it trickling through my blood system and through the bloodstream. Then cold ice through the blood. And then the rest kind of got fuzzy. And then I was there for about 4 days until I weaseled my way out with my extraordinary acting skills. But it made a really beautiful song that my brother composed. And now you know everything, you know my deep dark secrets. So don't tell anyone.
Νομίζω ότι αυτό που θα σου πω, που είναι πάρα πολύ προσωπικό και δεν το έχω πει σε κανέναν, είναι το εξής, αγαπημένη μου Nour. Ήταν όταν η γυναίκα μου και εγώ καταλάβαμε ότι δεν μπορούσαμε να κάνουμε ένα παιδί και αποφασίσαμε ότι θα είμαστε οι δυο μας από εδώ και πέρα. Νομίζω ότι αυτή η συνειδητοποίηση ήταν ένα πράγμα το οποίο εμένα με έβαλε στο να ξαναδώ τα πράγματα λίγο διαφορετικά.
Arts project. And for anyone who has ever experienced trauma, it wasn't at all difficult to recall since it never really leaves you. I've been thinking about how best to relay my story in a meaningful way, and I've come to realize the futility in delivering a detailed account of the events that transpired. Firstly, because of the limited time that this recording allows, and I don't believe it would do justice to the traumatic experience experienced. Secondly, due to the similarities that traumatic experiences share, both in the emotions and the lived experience of the trauma, and also in the outcomes of trauma.
Okay. This is my little confession or a story about traumatic moments in my life. In general, I feel, and it's important for me to say, that I have been very gifted in my life and also lived a rather protected and safe life so far. But I know that I suffered at the beginning of middle school. It was also the beginning of my own sort of development as a sexual person. I was maybe between 10 and 12. And I ended middle school very young because I had skipped one grade in junior school or in elementary school. So most of my peers around me, they were a little bit older already, and I think I must have been a shy and introvert person. And so sometimes, people, they would make fun of me, they would make jokes about me. And it's this kind of sort of heated atmosphere in middle school when people try to find their personalities. And I just, I was younger. I was not even really aware, I think, of what happened around me. And mostly today, I don't even have very clear memories of that. But I remember that I felt very insecure, I felt very... Often I felt also, somehow aggressed. And, Yeah, and I think there's something in me which still deals with that period. It was a period when I didn't feel very manly, when I didn't feel very... In the end, it's not about masculinity, but I didn't feel very, sure or certain or stable within my own personality, and that, just simply that became a reason to make fun of me. And I think for me, it's important to realize today that for a long time at the beginning of my 20s, I was really actively looking to create a self-image of myself, an image of myself that I would deem kind of cool and a little bit on the sort of avant-garde or whatever hipster artistic side. So I think often I'm a little bit too concerned with questions of self-representation in the end, and I wonder why that is, and how I could let go of it, not to spend too much time thinking about how other people might be thinking of me. And so I actively decided to give up the notion of coolness for myself, which might only be another strategy of being cool, but for me, it was a big step at one moment to say that I don't necessarily want to be cool anymore. Because that's basically, I think, what these years in middle school were all about. Be cool and a certain notion of attractiveness that is negotiated there. So, that's my confession.
Not sure if the trauma has passed or if it's still happening or if it's on its way. But I think the trauma of separation for me with someone that I had considered a life companion has been the most traumatic, is the most traumatic experience I'm going through currently. Just hoping it doesn't make me bitter.